Here's JavaScript in 5 minutes. In JavaScript, there are multiple ways that we can output text on a screen. One of those ways is to get an HTML element by its ID and then use .innerHTML in order to output text. We can also use document.write in order to overwrite the HTML element. We can also use alert in order to bring up a pop-up box that can output text. You can also use console.log in order to output text inside of the browser's console right here. In order to comment in JavaScript code, all you need to do is have 2 / and then you can write whatever you want. In JavaScript, there are 3 types of variables: var, let, and const. With var, you can actually change the value of the variable right here, but with let, it only outputs the text within its scope. So if we were to output the text within the curly braces, it would say Henry. With const, on the other hand, you cannot change it at all, otherwise it will give an error. Just like any other programming language, JavaScript has functions, and this is how you write it, and this is how you would call it. And also with every function, you can also add parameters. This is how you set arrays in JavaScript, and in order to access them, you add the square brackets along with the index. Indexes always start from 0 and not from 1. In JavaScript, this is how you write if statements, and in this situation, x is greater than y, so it's going to print out x is greater than y. So this is how for loops are written in JavaScript. You set a variable, then a condition, and then the third expression is what should happen when the for loop iterates. This is how while loops are written in JavaScript. When the condition is met, then it will continue to loop. However, if you don't add a part in the loop that increments the variable, then it will just be infinite and probably break the program. In JavaScript, we can create objects. The way you do that is to set a variable name and then create a property and then add a value to it, just like this. In order to output it, all you need is the name of the object and then the name of the property. In order to add a method to an object, you do the same thing where you add a property name and then afterwards you add function to it and then you can return it. You can also use the this keyword in order to access the object and the properties within it. In JavaScript, we have event listeners. In order to add an event listener, you need to access the element in an object, then do .add event listener, and then inside the parentheses, you would add the event, like for example, click, and then the function without the parentheses. So in this case, hello, which means that when we click hello, it should give us hi there. In JavaScript, you can also change the styling of an element. All you need to do is get the element, then do .style, whatever the CSS property is, equal to the value. So in this case, we have style.color equal red. And there you go. And that right there is JavaScript in 5 minutes. Hopefully it's 5 minutes.